Okay, so we're gonna start in a standing position, and just for a second, just find a nice even stance with your feet and just feel that nice even weight distribution. So with your feet nice and evenly grounded, let your hands rest on the back of your chair, but not like a gripping handhold, just a light touch so that your arms can get a little soft and heavy. And then once you feel like you're in a good position, feet are happy on the floor, hands have a nice handhold. If it's comfortable to do so, close your eyes down. If you need to keep your eyes open, maybe soften your gaze and just stare at a point on the floor. And then once you feel like you've got a good soft position with your stance, eyes closed or softened gaze, take a second to just tune in and notice your feet touching the floor. And then notice here, how do your feet feel? Are you gripping or holding any tension in your feet? And if so, maybe pick up your toes, give them a little wiggle around your ankles, and then find a softer position with the feet, soft toes. Even if you're holding up your arches, maybe allow your arches to soften a little bit. And then take a nice deep breath in and feel that floor beneath your feet. And then see if you can let your awareness come up to your calves and your shins. And notice if you're holding a lot of tension in your calves and your shins, or if it feels just like a reasonable amount of tension so that the muscles are engaged just to help keep you upright. And then notice your knees, and then see if you're locked into your knees, if you're pushing into the backs of your legs, soften your knees just a little bit. So there's a soft, easy stance, almost a bounciness of your knees. And then let your awareness come up to your thighs, up to your hips, up to your belly and your low back. And then as you start to bring your awareness more to your center, to your torso, notice if you feel like your posture is leaning forward or leaning back or leaning off to one side, and then see, can you bring your posture to a center with your head, your heart, your hips, and your heels all in line? And then see if you can keep your awareness at your center, and then just start to tune in and notice your breath there. So notice the gentle movement or the gentle physical action of the movement of breath in your body. And then just get a sense of awareness of your head, your forehead, and your chin. And if it feels like your forehead is heavy forward, maybe pull your chin back slightly so head comes back in line with the heart. And then once you've felt that awareness there, where your head's pulled back into that position with that nice, tall, upright posture, now we're going to shift our weight from side to side. So you're going to shift your weight over to your left foot and then over to your right foot. So you're going to bring this nice little gentle sway into your body. Eyes can be opened or closed, whichever feels more appropriate to you. Great. Take one more little sway side to side, and then bring it back to center. Pause for a moment, set an intention here. Set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice, never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. Great. And then with that intention set, you're going to shift your weight over to your left foot. You're going to pick your right heel up. Toes and the ball of the foot are going to stay on the ground. And then you're going to lower that heel down, shift your weight over to your right foot, pick your left heel up, pressing into the toes and the ball of the foot. Lower that heel down, shift your weight to your left foot, pick your right heel up, press into the ball of the foot. Lower that heel down, shift your weight over to the right, pick up your left heel, press into the ball of the foot. Nice. One more time each side. Lower that heel down, lift your right heel up, press into the ball of your foot. Lower that heel down, shift your weight to the right, pick up your left heel, press into the ball of the foot, and lower that heel down. And now with both feet on the ground, just take a little glance down at your feet. If it looks like you have a wide position and it'll feel better to walk your feet in just a little bit closer so they're about hip width distance apart, step them in, and then we're going to start to lift the heels. So maybe an inch away from the floor, and then exhale, lower your heels down. Inhale and lift your heels up, not as far as they go, but just a little bit to get a little bit of engagement in the muscles, and then lower them down. One more in that lower position and lower them down. Awesome. And then we're going to take it a little bit higher. So inhale, lift the heels up as high as you can, hold for a breath. And then when you're ready, release your heels nice and slow and controlled. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your heels up as high as you can, hold it at the top. And then exhale, lower your heels down with control. Nice. One more just like that. Inhale, lift your heels up, hold at the top. Exhale and lower down. Beautiful. And then just take a couple little bounces of the knees and then a little shimmy of the hips. So we just want to kind of get a little bit of softness in the hips and a little softness in the knees. And then once you feel like you've bounced out your knees, bounced out your hips a little bit, now we're going to walk it back to a down dog. So with your arms on your chair, start to step your feet back and find a light V position. So butt pushes back, heart drops down, and then head drops down between the arms. And then just tune in and notice the backs of your legs, notice the backs of your shoulders. Notice the back of your neck. Take one more breath. And then we're going to soften the knees, lift your head, look forward. And then as you come up, you're going to walk forward about halfway. So we're going to come forward, but then we're going to take it right into a little chair pose. So with our hands still on the chair, you're going to sink your butt down and back and let the chair be a light bit of support here. So your arms are resting or your hands are resting on the chair. But with that position, you can take the time to lift your chest, get a little light squeeze between the shoulder blades, and then pay attention to your center. So draw your tailbone down slightly, pull your ribs in towards each other. So we fire up that solar plexus, get a little heat in the belly, a little heat in the legs. Take one more breath here. And then either with a handhold on the chair or still with that light touch to the chair, you're going to see if you can just pick your heels up away from the floor, lower your heels with control. And it doesn't matter how high they go, but we want to get just a little bit of engagement of the muscles, get them fired up. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, lower your heels down. Beautiful. One more just like that. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, lower your heels down. And now we're going to rise back up. Take a second, bounce out those knees, shake them out a little bit, and then shift your weight onto your left foot. We're going to pick the right heel up, squeeze it towards the butt, and get a little bit of a sense of the back of the leg, the hamstring muscles firing up, squeezing that heel up towards the butt. Take one more breath and then release it down. Shift your weight to that right foot. Pick up your left heel, hug it in toward your butt. Get a sense of the back of the leg doing most of the work. So really feel that firing up of the hamstring muscles. Wonderful. And then release that foot down. And now we're going to step the right foot back into a light lunge position, but see if you can press the heel down into the ground. So you get a little stretch to the Achilles heel, a little stretch to the calf, and then lift your heart, glide your shoulders down, gaze forward, and take a nice big breath. Nice. And then soften all that up, step that foot forward and switch to the other side. Step your left foot back into a light lunge, pressing the heel back down into the floor, lifting your chest, shoulder blades glide down, and then pause and come back to your breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, soften all that up, step that foot in, bounce it all out. And we're going to take one last down dog here. So walk it back into a nice V shape. Let your heart drop down. And then with that, just that light little bit of work through the back of the calf and the heels, now notice how the backs of your legs feel. Take a nice big breath. Slow breath out. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, soften your knees, look forward, lift yourself on up. We're going to flip the chair around so that the low side is facing you. So just take a second to either rearrange yourself or rearrange your chair. And then once you've got that low side facing you, we're going to come back around, find a nice even stance, taking the time to find a little mountain pose here. Hands down at your sides, shoulders soften down, nice and firm in the belly, gaze forward, take a nice big breath. Nice. On an inhale, raise your arms up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. One more just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. And now we'll go a little further. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees. Hands are going to find the low side of the chair. Inhale to a half forward fold. So straighten the legs, lengthen the spine. Beautiful. And then bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders around, down and back. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Hands come to the low side of the chair. Inhale to a half forward fold, straighten the legs, lengthen the spine. Exhale to soften the knees, pull the abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders up to your ears, around, down and back. Nice. One more just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Hands find the low side of the chair. Inhale to a half forward fold, straighten the legs, lengthen the spine. Beautiful. Exhale, soften the knees, pull the abdominal muscles in, roll up to standing, roll the shoulders up to the ears, around, down and back. Right hand's going to touch to the thigh, left hand's going to reach up, take a gentle side bend over to the right. Beautiful. Lift it up. Left hand down, right hand reaches up, take a side bend over to the left. Awesome. Bring it back up, both hands down at your sides, find your mountain pose again. Take a second to just tune back in, notice your feet touching the floor. Nice. When you're ready, inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, hands find the low side of the chair. Inhale to a half forward fold, straighten the legs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften just a little bit. And now we're going to step the right leg back into a lunge position. And then if you like, you can just rearrange that left foot so the lunge works best for your proportions. Once you've got a nice lunge, lift your chest, squeeze between the shoulder blades, take a nice big breath here. Awesome. And then right hand's going to stay on the chair, left hand's going to reach up for a little twist. Beautiful. Left hand's going to come down to the chair. We're going to step it back to a plank position. So rearrange your hands on your chair the way that it works best. So you have a good firm handhold. Step your left foot back. Find that nice planking spine, a broadness in the shoulders, a little firmness in your center. Take one good breath. Nice. And then we're going to take it back to a downward facing dog. So lift your hips back, readjust your feet as needed. Find that nice V shape. Let your head drop down. Beautiful. Soften your knees, look forward, walk your feet up to the low side of the chair, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders up to your ears, around, down and back. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Hands find the low side of the chair. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale, soften just a little bit. And then we're going to take the left leg back, finding that lunge to the other side. You can rearrange that right leg so that that lunge works best for you. Heart forward, look forward, take a breath. Beautiful. Left hand stays on the chair, right hand reaches up for a twist. When you're ready, bring that right hand to the chair, rearrange your grip, and then step it back to a plank position. Beautiful. And then take it to your downward facing dog. Pull the hips back, rearrange your feet as needed, and then let your head drop between your arms. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. Soften your knees, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands or walk your feet up to the low side of the chair, bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders around, down and back. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold, hands to the low side of the chair. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften a little bit, stepping the right leg back, finding that lunge again, rearrange that left foot as needed. Right hand stays on the chair, left hand reaches for a little twist. Beautiful. Left hand down, plant your palms and step back to your plank. Take it back to your downward facing dog. Shift your hips back, rearrange your feet as needed. Beautiful. And then soften your knees, look forward, step your left foot up towards the chair. And now we're going to take it into a standing half moon. So left hand is going to find the center of the chair. We're going to lift the back leg up as we rotate the hips upward towards the ceiling and then start to push through that right heel. And then if it feels good, you're going to extend your right hand up towards the sky. And if it's available, gaze forward, down, or up towards the ceiling, whatever feels the best. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Nice. And then soften it all down. Hands are going to find the low side of the chair. Bounce out your knees as you need to, and then pull the abdominal muscles in, round and roll up to a standing position. Roll your shoulders down and back. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold, hands to the low side of the chair. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale, soften just a little bit. Left foot's going to step back, finding that lunge position. Left hand stays down, right hand reaches for a twist. Beautiful. Hands find the chair, step it back to a plank. And take it back to your downward facing dog. Soften your knees, look forward, step your right foot forward, and then right hand's gonna find the center of the chair. We're gonna lift that left leg up, let the hip rotate upward towards the ceiling, push some energy out through that left heel, left hand reaches up to the sky, and then either turn your head down, forward, or up, whatever feels the most stable to you. Wonderful. When you're ready, slow and easy, release that foot down, find both hands onto the low side of the chair, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders up to your ears, around, down, and back. Pause just for a moment and notice. Notice your feet touching the floor. Notice the movement of breath in your body. When you're ready, open your eyes. Right hand's going to touch down to the thigh. Left hand reaches up alongside your ear. Take a side bend. Lift it up. Left hand touches down. Right hand reaches up. Take a side bend the other way. Nice. Lift it on up. And now we're going to shift your weight over into your left foot and see with control, can you pick your right foot up and just step it up onto the low side of the chair? So it's a light touch to that chair. So we're not leaning into that front leg, but we're keeping it lightly touching the chair. And then we're going to take it into a little twist. So left hand's going to find the outside of that right knee, rotate to the right, keep staying nice and tall in your spine. Beautiful. Take one more breath here and just notice there's probably a lot of work happening in your standing leg, getting strength in the ankle and the knee. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, release, come back to center with control if you can. Pick that foot up off the chair, set it down with control, and then take a second to bounce out your standing leg. And then we're going to do that to the other side. So shift your weight onto your right foot if you can with control. And you always have the option to touch the chair or help it along. But if you can lift it up without assist, float that foot onto the chair, step it on lightly. And then once you found your way there, rotate to the left. Right hand's going to find the left knee, turning just as much as feels good. Finding a little height in your spine and then tuning in and noticing the work that's happening in your standing leg. One more breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release that twist with control if you can. Pick that foot up off the chair, set it down nice and easy, and then take a second, bounce all that out, shake out your shoulders, wiggle out your toes, let go of any of that stuff you may have come across, and then find your mountain pose again. Feet nice and anchored on the floor, head, heart, hips, and heels all in line. Close your eyes down just for a moment, come back to your breath. Nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. When you're ready, open your eyes, inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold, hands find the low side of the chair. We're going to come to some cat-cow breaths here. So straighten your legs or keep them a little bent. That's totally up to you. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. And as you exhale, round your spine. You can straighten the legs here if that feels like a good way to go. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale and round your back. Beautiful. One more time, just like that. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale and round your back. Awesome. And then find a nice neutral spine, soft knees. Walk your feet back to your downward facing dog position. Hands on the chair. Step your feet a little bit wider if that feels good. And then let your chest and your head drop down. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Wonderful. When you're ready, soften your knees, look forward, lift yourself on up. Now we're going to spin that chair around so that we can sit ourselves down. So either readjust yourself or readjust your chair, whichever works better. And then we're going to sit our butts forward to the front end of the chair. So come down onto your seat and then just scoot your bum forward so you have your feet nice and solid on the ground and the chair is still underneath you coming up to support you. Right hand is going to grab the chair. We're going to get a nice little firm handhold and then lean out. So you get that little pull on the shoulder and then drop your ear away from that shoulder, creating a nice little bit of length through the side of the neck, all the way down to the arm. And then if it feels good to do so, close your eyes down or just soften your gaze and take a moment to find a nice deep breath. Slow breath out. Take one more breath. Awesome. Lift your head up, release your grip, and then we're going to take it to the other side. So left hand's going to find the chair, get a nice firm handhold, lean out, get that firm hold first, and then once you've got it, drop your ear away from the shoulder. Take one more breath. Lift your head up, release your grip, and then we're going to toe heel the feet out so that they're about shoulder width distance apart. So a little bit of a width between the legs, and then think about lifting up through the belly and the chest. Lean your chest forward. We're going to let the hands find the floor if you can, and then soften here. Let the back of your body soften, let the back of your neck soften. Tune in down to your feet. Notice if you're gripping or holding tension in your feet or your toes, can you let those soften? Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, come up nice and slow. Let your hands walk up to your knees, gently push into your knees as you lift yourself up with control. Walk your feet in just a little bit. And now we're going to pick up the left leg. So it's just going to keep a light lifted position. And then we're going to use our hands like we're doing a little patty cake, right? So we're going to push one hand in and push the other hand in and try to keep your leg as stable as you can. So one hand pushes in and then the other, but you want to try and keep your leg in a nice anchored position. So you should feel your muscles nice and engaged. Keeping that leg nice and straight, push one hand in, push the other hand in, take one more time each hand. Awesome, and then set that foot down, take a second and just pause and notice. Notice how you feel those muscles a little bit fired up. And then when you're ready, take it to the other side. Pick that leg up. We're gonna keep that nice, firm, steady position with the leg, push one hand in and then the other. So the arms are doing a lot of work to help try to move that leg, but the leg is gonna stay nice and engaged so it stays stable. Nice. Take one more push each hand. And then when you're ready, set that foot down, pause just for a second and notice. Notice you might still feel a little bit of heat in those muscles. And then with your feet in that nice anchored seated mountain pose, let your hands come down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold, hands glide to the shins, a little strength in the back. Nice. Exhale and soften down. Right hand's going to find the left shin, left hand's going to reach up for a twist. Release that hand down. We're going to slide up the shin, pull the knee up to the chest, get a light little squeeze. Awesome. And then release it down, back to mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand over to the right shin, right hand reaches to the sky. Beautiful. Release that hand down, slide up the shin, pull the knee up to the chest, get a nice light squeeze. Nice. And then release it back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Right hand over to the left shin, left hand reaches up. Release that hand down, slide up the shin, pull the knee up to the chest, and then tuck your nose towards your knee and pause there for a second. Take 2 extra breaths. Nice. When you're ready, release it back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand over to the right shin, right hand reaches to the sky. Beautiful. Release that hand down. Slide up the shin, bring the knee to the chest, bring your nose to your knee, and take 2 extra breaths here. When you're ready, nice and easy release. Both feet on the ground. We're going to take our arms into our cactus or goalpost position, and we're going to start by just kind of scissoring the hands. So spread your fingers and then hug them in like you're making little, little scissor maneuvers with your hands. So just spread the fingers and then hug them in. Take 1 or 2 more scissors of the hands, and then keep a fairly wide position with the hands, but not gripping into the hands so they're active and engaged. And then we're going to just lean the chest forward. I'm going to turn sideways just so we can get a sense. So you're going to hinge from the waist, keep the back body strong, shoulders stable, lean your chest forward, and then pull it back up with control. Beautiful. Lean your chest forward, pull it back with control. One more just like that. Lean your chest forward, pull it back with control, and then keep a nice upright spine. Pull your elbows back, squeeze between the shoulder blades, bring the elbows back in line with the shoulders. Pull your elbows back and squeeze between the shoulder blades. Elbows back in line with the shoulders. One more just like that. Pull the elbows back and squeeze. Elbows in line with the shoulders. Awesome. And now we're going to bring the elbows and forearms together. Palms are going to meet. We're going to interlace the fingers. Keep that little hug between the elbows and forearms. Take your wrists and draw them in circles. Go in one direction. And then take your wrists and draw them in circles. Go the other way. Wonderful. And then bring it back to a neutral position. Unlace your hands, palms together. So you got those prayer hands, elbows and forearms together. We're going to inhale, let the fingertips lift, get a little bit of work in the shoulders. And then exhale, bring the elbows back in line with your shoulders. Inhale and lift. Exhale to lower down. Beautiful. One more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down. Nice. And then hands are going to float down to the knees. And now we're going to take the left hand and thread the needle. So we're going to thread that arm through and underneath. We're going to get the shoulder to drop down towards the thigh. So we get a little twist or rotation in the torso, and then a little bit of pull in the shoulders. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. When you're ready, nice and easy, unwind. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So that right hand's going to thread through and underneath. The shoulder and ear are going to drop towards the thigh. One more breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, nice and easy unwind. We're going to pick up the left leg. So grab the knee and then grab the heel. Rock that leg a little bit side to side. Awesome. And then if it feels good to do so, you're going to bring it into a figure 4 position, either across the thigh or across the ankle, whatever is going to feel good to your knee and your hip this morning. And then once you've got a position that feels good, with your hands on your knee or your ankle, you're just going to lean your chest forward just a little bit, just to the point where you feel a tiny bit of sensation in the outer edge of your thigh, and then pause there. Allow a little time here. Let your knee get soft. Let your inner thigh get soft. Take one more breath. And then lift up through the top of your head. Let your heart follow. And then we're going to rotate slightly towards that bent knee. Pull it up towards the chest. Get a little sensation down through the IT band, maybe down into the gluteus medius. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, release that handhold. Lift the leg up. Set it down. Take a second. Give your knees a little swish. And then we're going to take that to the other side. So we're going to pick up the right knee, pick up the heel, rock that leg a little side to side. Awesome. And then find your version of figure 4. So it might be across the thigh, might be across the ankle, whichever feels better to you here. And then once you feel like you've got it, hands on the knee and the ankle, or hands just on the knee. And then you're just going to lean yourself forward a little bit, just to the point where you feel sensation, and then pause there. And then invite some softness in. Soften your inner thigh, soften your knee, soften through the back of your body. Great. When you're ready, nice and easy. Lift from the top of your head. Let your heart follow. Rotate slightly towards your knee. Pull the knee up towards the chest. Hug it in. Get a little sensation down, maybe the IT band or into the gluteus medius. Pause there and notice. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, nice and easy release. Lift that leg off, set it down, give your knees a little swish. And now we're going to scooch the butt back just a little bit so your butt's finding the center of your chair. Feet still nice and grounded on the floor. Drop your left ear over to your left shoulder, and then take a gentle nod of the head up and down. Cool. And then the next time your chin nods down, roll the chin across the chest and then take it over to the other side. Right ear to right shoulder. And then once you've got your way there, gently nod your head up and down. Awesome. And then the next time your chin nods down, you're going to take it just to the center of your chest. So you're going to have that chin down to your chest and then make little figure eights here with your nose, just drawing little circles going in one direction and then the other. Nice. And then when you're ready, bring your head to center, lift it up to a neutral position. We're going to pull the chin back like we're making a double chin and then release. Pull the chin back like you're making a double chin and then hold it for an extra second and release. And then do that one more time. Pull the chin back, make your double chin, hold it for an extra second and then release. Nice. And then just give your shoulders a little shimmy shake, make sure they're not holding any tension, and then start to scoot your butt way back in your seat, finding the back of your chair. So let your back rest comfortably against the chair. Let your feet find a nice heavy place to land. Let your arms find a comfortable position. And then if it feels good, close your eyes down or soften your gaze. Take a moment here just to notice the physical action of breath in your body and your torso. And can you feel that exchange of movement against the back of your chair? And let your feet get nice and heavy. Let your hands get nice and heavy. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. Become aware of your feet touching the floor. Notice the chair beneath you and behind you. Maybe notice where your hands are touching and just notice that little bit of warmth between the space of your legs and your hands. And then start to gently wake up the fingers, wiggle the toes, invite a little gentle movement into your wrists and your ankles. And then as you find a deeper breath, maybe take it into a good morning stretch. Stretch your legs out, stretch your arms up and overhead, bring a little space back into your body. And then when you're ready, release your hands, release your feet, and start to sit up nice and tall, maybe moving yourself forward in your seat just a little bit. And then once you've found that nice tall position with your hands just resting comfortably, take a moment to tune back into your shoulders. As you inhale, let your shoulders lift up to your ears. And as you exhale, let your shoulders melt down. Inhale and let your shoulders lift. Exhale and let your shoulders melt down. One more just like that. Inhale and let your shoulders lift. Exhale, let your shoulders melt down. And then bring your prayer hands to heart center and Anjali Mudra and bow your head to your heart. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and all of your hard work. And breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone you see. And gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy Wednesday.